Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to do a quick unboxing of the Google Pixel 10 series. Now you can pick these up online. I'll throw the links up in the description. The prices start at $800. All right, so let's get right into it. First things first, shout out to White Shoes, back in the building.
I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes.
White Shoes, calm down. Okay, first we got to give a big shout out to Google for the Pixel 9 series. Okay, the Pixel 9a, $500, great mid-range phone. The Pixel 9, a great upper tier mid-range phone. And the 9 Pro, 9 Pro XL, and the 9 Pro Fold, heavy hitters. So if you got any one of last year's Pixel phones, you're still doing it big. These are my favorite Pixel phones to date. But now we got the new ones, the 10 series. Now, is this going to be a major upgrade? Only one way to find out. We got to put it to the test. So let's start off with the Pixel 10. Now, this one's going to run you $800. It comes in 4 different colors. You got indigo, forest, lemongrass, and obsidian. So, of course, I went with indigo. Okay, nice blue box. Okay, let's see the presentation on this. Wow, little stickers right here. Nice and classy. Okay, Pixel 10. A little sleeve right here. Let's see. Okay, slide this out. Made from recycled materials, of course. And here we go. Check this out. The Pixel 10. Let's open this up. And here it is. Now, this is the indigo color. Okay, I like this blue now. I thought it was going to be the same kind of blue, like the Galaxy. Which one y'all like better? This light blue is kind of fire right here, but I think the Galaxy blue is a little bit better. This is pretty dope. This is the Pixel 10, $800 on this. Let's see what else you get inside. This is going to be your usual books and shit. Plug them and file them. This comes with the charging cable, USB Type-C to USB Type-C, and that's pretty much it. No charger in the box. Samsung, Google, Apple, nothing. Motorola, Sony, fucking Sony. Put the charger in the box, okay? $800. Come on, bruh. But we do have a new feature. Let me go ahead and grab something real quick. Check this out. Pixel Snap. Now, we're going to call this Pixel Snap, but it's basically MagSafe to all y'all iOS Apple Mafia fiends, okay? MagSafe, but shout out to the Google gangsters, all right? Samsung Knights, I need y'all to stand down and stand by. We got Pixel Snap. Now, for me, this is not the biggest deal in the world because I use stuff like this. Let me grab this. I use stuff like this. So if I take this mouse case, my favorite mouse case right here, by the way, and slap this on my Pixel 9 Pro XL, we already had Pixel Snap. But now you don't need a case. You got the Pixel Snap built into the phone. How dope is that? And last year, my prediction was Samsung was going to be the first Android phone to drop this feature. Google beat them to the punch. And on a side note, I'm one of the founding fathers of the Google gangsters, okay? I love Google phones. They're not the most exciting, okay? They're not the most exciting phones. They don't have the most features as far as IR blasters and Samsung DeX and all this crazy stuff, you know, Workbench. But these are work phones. These are workhorses. And for the last 6 to 7 years, the Pixel has been my daily driver when it comes to my work phones. This year was the first year that I had to get another Galaxy Z Fold. Okay, y'all see I had to join the Mint Mafia, and this became my work phone. But I'm going to retire the Mint Mafia Fold. I'm going to bring the Pixel back into the work phone, whatever we call it, the work phone segment. Okay, we're going to call it a segment. Let's see, on one side. Now, one thing about Google phones that I don't like, the power button is always on the top. I prefer the power button on the bottom. If you look at basically every other phone out, the power button is on the bottom. It takes a little bit of time to get used to, but it is what it is. So on one side, you got your volume rocker, power button. Now, you got this iconic camera row on the back, okay? This camera island, the Johnny 5 robot, the Cyclops. Okay, we calling this the Cyclops phone right here. You know, when they first went to this camera design, I wasn't a big fan. Okay, I wasn't a big fan. I'm going to keep it real, chop. I wasn't a big fan until you seen every Chinese phone come out with this. Okay, every Chinese phone came out with this. And I literally hate this. I hate this look. We call this the stove top. Okay, you got 4 burners on the top of your phone. I hate this look, even though, you know, if the camera could back it up, then hey, it is what it is. If you got a great camera, then I don't mind the look. But with the Pixel, this look right here, after the first year, it grew on me, and then they made it more pronounced, and they popped it out more. Now I actually love it. And shout out to Google for having their own unique identity. I respect that. Okay, so on the back, triple camera setup. There's your LED flash. Okay, there it is, powered up. This side nice and clean. USB Type-C, speaker grills, speaker grill in the front. Okay, so this is the Pixel 10. Now let me try to keep this stuff nice and clean. Pixel 10. Let's keep it moving. Next up, we got the Pixel 10 Pro. Now this one is going to start off at $1,000. Now, a quick side note. I think a lot of Google phones are always overpriced by $100. They always overprice them by $100. I think this phone should have been $900. But hey, it is what it is. $1,000 for the 10 Pro. Okay, now this one comes in 4 colors. You got Moonstone, Jade, Porcelain, and Obsidian. So I went with the Moonstone color. All right, so let's check this one out. Now, last year, I passed on the 9 Pro because I thought the 9 Pro and the 9, they're very similar. And it's the same thing this year. You know, the 10 and the 10 Pro, very similar. Is it worth the extra $200? We're going to find out. But I don't know. Let's check this one out. Okay, now this is the Moonstone color. Right. Okay, now check this out. Okay, now this color right here. This color right here kind of looks like a bluish gray. Okay, I'm feeling it, though. I'm feeling it. Let me grab something else real quick. Now, this is what I love, though. Now I can use my OnePlus magnetic chargers. Okay, I can use all my MagSafe accessories. Pixel Snap. Let me see if one of these battery chargers, Casetify, will work. Okay, let's see. Yep, there it is. Pixel Snap. Okay, so this is the 10 Pro. Let me get and power this up. Let's see. Excellent build quality. I love the aluminum frame. Look at the camera hump on the back. Cyclops. Okay. Little Google branding. Just a little G. I like that. Not too much. And I said this before. I'm going to say it again. If you got friends that only use iOS, now I'm going on vacation. Not really vacation. I'm calling it I'm going on a trip. I always say vacation. I know y'all think I be going on mad vacations. It's really work, but I just call it vacation so I don't feel like I'm doing work. But I'm going away tomorrow, okay? Now, I'm going to give this phone to my girl and let her do the iOS test. And what do I mean by that? If you know anybody who only uses iPhones, all they use is iPhones, they can't stand anything else, they got to use iPhone. If it's not an iPhone, they don't want it. This is the kind of phone right here to let them use and get a taste of Android. And I said this when I did my 9 Pro and my 8 Pro video. This is the iPhone of Android phones. Okay, simple, smooth, clean, build quality, very similar. Okay, we still got the thermostat on this one. Okay, now I thought the thermostat feature was a little bit gimmicky, but you can test yourself, see if you got the Rona, you know what I'm saying? See if you got the COVIDs. You never know. All right, now let me see. Let me drop this one back in. Let's see. Look around. Same thing. Okay, speaker grills, USB Type-C. Okay, now no SIM tray on these. Okay, these are eSIM only. Okay, now I didn't know that. Let me see. This one, same thing. Okay, no SIM tray, eSIMs only. Okay, it is what it is. Now, last up, we got the big boy. We got the 10 Pro XL. Now, this one's going to run you $1,200. This one comes in Moonstone, Jade, Porcelain, and Obsidian. Now, I went with the Jade color on this one. Try to be different. I know it's a little zesty, but, y'all got me buying these mint phones. Y'all got me in full zest mode. Why not keep it going? All right, let's see. This is the 10 Pro XL. Okay. Little box struggle right there. Okay, here it is. Let's see the Jade color. Here it is. Woo, now this is hold up, I gotta put my sunglasses on. This is super bright. Let me move back up. This is super bright. Now let me see. Is it as zesty as the mint? Yeah, now if you got these two phones in your pocket, This is Miami Vice status right here. If you got these two phones, these two colors right here, just book a flight and go straight to Miami and go to South Beach. You're going to fit right in. All of these nice pastel colors. Now, let's see. This is jade. I would have liked to have seen a little darker with the green because it does kind of seem very similar to the porcelain. But then again, you can see the difference. Now, here's the 9 Pro XL. Here's the 10 Pro XL. The back camera setup looks very similar. Okay, but you're getting upgraded cameras, you're getting upgraded processor. Not to mention, you got the Pixel Snap. Let me grab something else. What we got? Okay, let's try this. Now, this is one of my Taurus kickstands. This has the built-in fan. Pixel Snap. Built-in. Nice strong magnets on these two. Okay, same thing, no SIM tray on these. But the beautiful build quality. Now, let me grab something real quick. Let me see. Yeah, this feels very iPhone-ish, okay? Very iPhone-ish. From the sides, they definitely look similar. But the back, this is what I'm talking about. This is a unique identity. I like phones that have a unique identity. And what I mean by that, let me show you. Check this out. Now, we've seen every phone from China looks like this. Every single one. Okay, every single one. But then you got phones that have unique identities, like the Galaxy. Now, let me see. Galaxy versus the Pixel. The Pixel feels a little bit more premium, but the Galaxy, iconic camera design. Okay, you can't be mad at that. Even companies like, let me show y'all my favorite. Woo! Look at the back of the Red Magic, the Gold Saga. Now, it's kind of similar to Galaxy, but look how flush it is. Completely flat. You know, you can't be mad at companies like Asus for doing shit like this. Now, this is a gamer phone right here. You know, the back of this is a little bit weird. You know, I don't know what y'all think about that. And even Honor. All right, now, if you're going to get the big stovetop camera, see how they put it in the hexagonal shape? I am feeling that. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to show y'all my top Android phones. I'm going to rank them in order. But I digress, okay? This is about the Pixel series. All right, so let me pause the video, set up some of my information, then we'll walk through the OS. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, y'all, so we back in. Now I'm in the middle of putting my information into some of these phones, so in the meantime, let's take a look at the differences between the three. Now, usually I have this stuff memorized, but we got 3 different phones right here. Let's just go to the Compare tab. Okay, so for the Pixel 10, you got a 6.3-inch display. Pixel 10 Pro, 6.3-inch. Pixel 10 Pro XL, 6.8-inch. Okay, so the XL got the biggest display. And if you look closely, look at the difference between the resolution. With the 10, you got 1080 by 2424. 10 Pro, 1280 by 2856. And the XL, 1344 by 2992. Okay, so the XL has the best display. Let's see, all of them got Gorilla Glass Victus 2. Okay, 3000 nits brightness. But you got 33 and 33 on the Pro and the XL, so slightly more bright. Let's see, battery. The 10, 4,970. 10 Pro, 4,870. So the 10 Pro actually has a smaller battery than the 10. And the 10 Pro XL, 5,200 milliamps. Now you get 45 watt fast charge with the XL, 30 watt, and 30 watt with the 10 and the 10 Pro. And let's see, for wireless charge, you got 25 watt with the Pro XL. Okay, and 15 and 15 with the 10. Okay, you know, I see some differences. Now check this out. You got 128 gigs for the 10 and the 10 Pro. Now 128 gigs in 2025, that's crazy. Right? That's madness. No phone should come out with 128 gigs anymore unless you're buying a Supreme Peasant phone. But with the 10 Pro XL, no 128 gig version. You got 256, 512, and 1 terabyte. Okay, so if you buy the 10, you got 128, 256, 10 Pro, 128, 256, 512, and 1 terabyte. Okay, so at least you got a nice selection, but damn, 128, I'm not really feeling that. Let's see. Of course, you're getting all the updates. Now, the Tensor G5. Each one of these phones have the Tensor G5. We're going to talk about that in a second. Let's talk about cameras. Now, with the 10, on the rear, you got 48, 13, and 10. 10 Pro, 50, 48, 48. 10 Pro XL, 50, 48, 48. So the 10 Pro and the 10 Pro XL looks like the cameras are identical. Let me just check the apertures. Yeah, everything is identical. Okay, so you're getting slightly better cameras. Let's see, 48 versus 15, 4850, 1348. Yeah, so it's a significant camera upgrade between the 10 and the 10 Pro. However, this is all about AI and image processing. I'm pretty sure they're not going to look too dramatically different. Now, let's see, 4K video on the 10. You got 8K video on the 10 Pro XL and 4K video on the 10 Pro. Now, let's see the front, 10.5. Okay, for the 10, 42 and 42 for the 10 and the 10 Pro. Now you're getting all of the Google features, Google Nano, okay, Gemini Live, Gemini apps. Okay, everything is the same on all three. Let's see, camera. Now you don't have any Pro controls on the 10. No high res, 50 megapixels on the 10. But everything else is the same. Okay. You know, all of the good editing software. Let's see, no video boost, no night sight video with the 10. Okay, 3 microphones on each. All of them coming with Android 16. Okay, so you see the difference for yourself. $800, $1,000, and $1,200. Now let me just see something real quick. Now say we want to buy this 10 Pro. Let's see, we do buy the 10 Pro in Jade. Oh, okay, they only got the 256 option available. Okay, here we go. Let's see, Obsidian. Wow, 1 terabyte, $1,500. Jesus Christ. Yeah, 128 gigs for $1,000. I ain't really feeling that. I ain't really feeling that at all. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, so now let's take it over to the scales of justice and see the weight of these phones. We'll start off with the 10, 204 grams. 10 Pro, 207 grams. And the 10 Pro XL, 232 grams. Now let's see the 9 Pro XL. Oh, way lighter. Way lighter. Look at this. 224 for the 9 Pro XL and the 10 Pro XL, 232 grams. A significant weight increase. Okay, so this is one of the heavier phones at 232. Now, just for comparison, here's a Galaxy 221. Okay, so we'll put this on the lighter side. Here's the Vivo. Ooh, 237. Okay, this is even heavier. Let's see, Asus. Okay, ROG 9 Pro, 227. That's kind of heavy. Put that on the heavy side. One of my favorite phones. The Honor Magic 7 RSR 231. Kind of heavy. Okay, now you know, this Red Magic phone is going to be a beast. 245. Now this might be the heaviest phone I got. The Red Magic Gold Saga. Okay, 245. Let's see. Xiaomi 15 Ultra. Okay, 228. Let's see. OnePlus 13. 210. Nice and light. Oppo X-Find 8 Ultra. 229. That's a little toward the heavier side. And of course, iPhone 16 Pro Max. 225. Now let me just make sure that was calibrated correctly. Yep. 225. Okay, so let's see. 225 versus 232. Slightly heavier than the iPhone. And y'all wonder why I like the Galaxy Z Fold so much. Look at this. Galaxy Z Fold 7, 216. And keep in mind, this is an actual fold. Bro, come on, man. Can you go wrong with this? This is craziness. But anyway, that's the weights. All right, so I just put my information in the phones. I've been playing around with them for about an hour, and I got to be honest with y'all. So far, fresh out of the box, I love these phones. I've always liked Google Pixel phones, but these phones right here, they feel super smooth, super fast, super responsive. And look, I know somebody's going to say, what about the Tensor G5? What about the benchmark tests? Here's my thing. I don't care about benchmark tests. I never went to a restaurant and seen 2 people sitting around doing benchmark tests. I never seen that. And here's the thing. If you're going to buy a phone for gaming, okay, you're looking for a gaming phone, maybe you want to play Genshin Impact for 36 hours straight every day, buy an Asus ROG 9 Pro. Okay? Buy a Red Magic. These are hardcore gaming phones designed for gaming. If you buy a Pixel phone, now I'm speaking from experience. I've been using the Fold, and the 9 Pro as my work phones, you're not going to really notice any difference between this and the Snapdragon 8 Generation 3, Snapdragon 8 Elite. When you're going through Instagram, you're going through Facebook, Twitter, you're watching videos on YouTube, you're shopping on eBay and Amazon, you're not going to notice any difference. And us in the tech community, I know a lot of us as nerds, we care about the benchmarks and all of that. But in the real world, let me show y'all a phone that I use every day. This is my good luck phone. Okay, now I'm very superstitious. This is my good luck phone with a broken bottom. Okay, this is my Galaxy S23. Okay, Galaxy S23, still using it every day when I come down here to shoot these videos. This is the phone that I use. This is my good luck charm right here. I'll tell y'all a story about this another day. But this phone right here, I can easily use this as my daily driver. I can easily walk around with this outside and just enjoy it. Now, of course, when you buy new phones, you're getting new features like AI, you're getting slightly better cameras and all of that. But when it comes to the processors, okay, we got to snap out of this, oh, every year the processor makes a huge difference. It doesn't. It really doesn't, okay? But I will say this. After playing with the 10 Pro for a few minutes, it feels great. It feels great. Look at the biometrics. Now, y'all know, one of my gripes with Google phones is the biometrics. Look at the biometrics. The biometrics are running smooth. Look at the face unlock. Now, of course, I'm down here in the optimal settings. Look at the face unlocks. You know what I'm saying? Look at the face unlock. Bro, I am not mad. I am not mad. Now, of course, I'm going to have to do some real thorough testing in the nighttime environments. Okay, now I'm still installing some apps in the background. Let's see. Or am I? Yeah, still, you see that little crash? I'm still installing a bunch of apps. Some apps are out of date. So if you see that, that's what it is. Some apps I'm just installing from who knows how long ago. Yeah, this one is still installing too, but I think this one is finished. My 10 Pro. Like I was saying, I'm going to have to test this in the evening, okay? Because that was where one of my gripes, when it's completely dark, the face unlock wasn't working. But look at the face unlock so far. Now, in terms of build quality, I don't know. This might be my favorite Android built phone. Of course, you know, as much as I love this is my design right here. Like the steel and the slab look. You know, this phone right here. This is one of those supreme nerd phones. Okay, now I did back this phone out one night because this is the gold socket. This is the difference between the other Red Magic phones. It doesn't have all that goofy RGB lights and all that stuff. This one just has the carbon fiber with the real 24 karat gold on it. You know what I'm saying? So this one I can actually back out in public, but still, I mean, this one is still a little on the nerdy side. A little on the nerdy side. In terms, especially this is the supreme nerd phone right here. I only back this out when I'm around my nerd friends. But this phone right here, okay, now if I'm sitting around with a bunch of iPhone dudes and a bunch of Galaxy dudes, and you pull this out, bro, the build quality in this, the way it feels in the hands, that extra weight. That's why I had to take it to the scales, because that little bit of extra weight, I know some of y'all are looking for the thinnest and lightest phone on the market. I love that about the Galaxy. Okay, about the Galaxy Fold, I love the thinness and the lightness. But sometimes you don't want the thinnest and lightest phone. You want something that feels premium. You know, you spent $1,200. This feels like a $1,200 phone, without a doubt. Now, one of the things I will notice, that I will say, let me say that correctly. One of the things that I did notice is with the regular Pixel 10, it doesn't have that super premium feel. You see the sides look a little bit different. You see it doesn't have that glossy sides. It feels a little bit lighter, and it doesn't have the super premium feel, even though it definitely doesn't feel cheap. Doesn't feel cheap. And I said the same thing about the 9A. Doesn't feel cheap at all. Okay? But if you buy the 10 Pro or the 10 Pro XL, here's the difference in size. Okay, yeah, it's definitely a big boy. You're getting better resolution on the display, better battery. I mean, you might as well drop that extra $200 unless you're just looking for a smaller phone. Drop that extra $200 and go with the 10 Pro XL. Now, there's a couple of things that I don't like. I'll save that for my usual review, but you can see already the always on display, you know, the standard always on display, no customization. You know, they didn't step that up. But if you swipe over once, there's your Google homepage. Okay, now you see Huawei got a new trifold coming out, the Mate XTS with the stylus support. Look how smooth this is. Nice and smooth. I'm going to show y'all some of my favorite stuff about this phone when I do my full review. But of course, we got the thermostat. the thermostat or thermometer. That's what I say. All right, let's see. Let's take it to the skin. Let's see if I got the Rona before my trip. Okay. About in the 90s, that's supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be. Let's say we got food, liquid, cooking services. This is the thermometer. I thought it was kind of goofy at first, but the one time that I really needed it, when I was doing some benchmark testing down here, I was like, oh, I left my little heat gun. This would have come in handy. This would come in handy to check the heat of the back of your phone. But anyway, let's see. You swipe down. Now this is going to be all your toggles. Okay, now, of course, you can customize these. You got a bunch of different toggles right here. Let's see how, matter of fact, before we even get into that, y'all know we got to take it over to Gemini. Oh, did I turn on airplane mode? Okay, yeah, my bad. All right, let's try that again. All right. What's this?
That's the Google Pixel 8. Are you interested in learning more about its features?
You sure this is the 8?
It's a bit hard to tell from this angle. Could you show me the front of the phone? That might help me identify the exact model.
Okay. I'll put you to the test. Let's see. All right, what about now?
What? Okay, that's definitely a Pixel 8 Pro. It's a great phone with a fantastic camera. What can I help you with regarding your Pixel 8 Pro?
You sure this is a Pixel 8 Pro?
Oops, my bad. I see that it's a Pixel 7 Pro. You can tell by the camera.
Bro, I'm trying to give y'all some shine. You're really letting me down here. This is a Pixel 10, goddammit.
Oh, you're absolutely right. That's the Pixel 10. It has that sleek camera bar and the signature G logo. What do you want to know about it?
What's the difference between these two phones?
It looks like you've got a blue Pixel 9 and a gray Pixel 10 there. Besides the color, the Pixel 10 has a
let's try something a little. All right, what about this? What's this?
That's an Asus ROG phone. It's designed for gaming, so it's got some
Okay, all right. Now look, I gotta talk to y'all about the Gemini. Okay, let's. Oh, now we got shoes back in. All right, shoes. Do some cat stuff real quick. What's this?
That's a cute cat. It looks like it's got some tabby markings. What's their name?
The cat's name is White Shoes.
White Shoes. That's such a cute name.
Shoes.
Does White Shoes like to play?
Psst, psst. Just relax. All right, what kind of cat is this? What breed?
That's a good question. White Shoes appears to be a calico tabby. Calicos aren't a breed of cat, but rather a coat coloring. The breed of this cat is most likely a domestic long hair or short hair. Would you like to know more about the breed?
No, not at all. And I've been playing around with. Oh, let me hang up on Gemini. I actually love Gemini. And here's the thing: you don't need a Pixel phone. I use Gemini a lot on my Galaxy phones, but Gemini, it needs it's not 100% yet, but I like it. I have a lot of fun, and I've had a lot of live conversations with Gemini. You see, I switched the voice, so it sounds like a natural. It sounds like one of my dudes I'm talking to. I'm not bad at all. Anyway, let's go back. All right, so now let's go to settings. I'm not going to go through all of the settings. I just want y'all to see some of the basics. You do got NFC, screencast, Chromebook, quick share, Android Auto. When I do the full review, we're going to a lot more deeper, but I want y'all to see something real quick. The speakers on this. Matter of fact, let's go to YouTube. Let's go to YouTube real quick. All right, check this out. Listen to the speakers. Y'all hear this? Oh, the speakers sound great on this. The speakers sound great. Let's take it to the camera while we got shoes doing cat stuff. Okay, now it's a lot of AI stuff. Oh my God, look at that camera. Wow. Let's do a portrait shot real quick. Hey, don't move, Shoe. Don't move. Psst. All right, there it is. Look at that camera. All right, let me see. Let's go to the photos real quick. Let me see. Look at the camera. Wow. Wow. And this is one of the things that I like about Pixel phones. Hold up. Oh, look at that. Bro, look at that. Look at that. Now, let me see something real quick. Let's take it over to the 10. The regular 10. Okay, let's do a quick portrait shot. And like I suspected, it's going to be a lot of AI with this. Psst, psst, psst. Somebody said, yo, tell White Shoes I said, psst, psst. But the way they spell it was PSSS. That made me laugh. All right, let's see. Now, this is the regular 10. Look at that shot, bro. Look at that shot. Oh, that is beautiful. This one right here, though, look at that. The cameras, Pixel phones, man, the cameras on it. Look at that portrait shot, though. You see the background kind of blurry? Wow. I'm kind of impressed. Now, speaking of camera, let's go back to the settings real quick. Now, all of these are going to have the same settings, basically, so not going to have to go through each one individually. Let's go back to settings real quick. Okay, so sound and vibration. Again, excellent sounding speakers. Let's see, you got live caption, spatial audio. Okay, nothing really else to see there. Notifications. Wireless emergency alert. Okay, nothing really there. You got your modes and routines. Okay, let's go to display. Let's see. Okay, now let's see. Anything we need to see here? Nothing really. Colors, adaptive and normal. Let's see, we got color contrast. We'll leave it on default. Play around with it later. Okay, screen refresh rate. Okay, now, let's put it on maximum resolution. No wonder. Okay, now we got to switch to maximum resolution. No wonder. Okay. Took a second to switch that resolution. Let's see, anything else we need to see? Battery. Okay, this one has the biggest battery. Wireless charger on deck. Don't worry, I got the cases coming tomorrow too, y'all. Don't worry about it. Matter of fact, I got to catch a flight. Let me see what time is my flight again. All right, if my cases come in time, yeah, 7:20. If my cases come in time, then I'll be able to do the cases before I bounce. Let's see, Magic Q. Okay, let's see. We're gonna do the Magic Q. We'll play around with all the AI updates and all that good stuff. Let's see. Anything else? That's the Magic Q. See, accessibility. If you're hearing or visually impaired, everything is there. Okay, and you got your tips. Now, there's a lot of tips. Okay, now if you want the tips, there's a lot of Pixel tips to play with. You can't do all of this in one video. But anyway, all right, let's check the temperature real quick. Let's see how shoes. All right, let me see, make sure. All right, shoes kind of warm. Let me just feel. yeah, shoes. You feel a little bit warm compared to me. Yeah, I'm up in the 90s. And let's see, shoes is around 85. Okay, all right, calm down. Anyway, I love Pixel phones, man. It's just something about, I told y'all every phone has a feel to it. When you pull out your Galaxy, it has a feel to it. When you pull out your iPhone, it has a feel. These gaming phones, they have a feel. Pixel phones, the feel that you have when you use a Pixel phone, you feel like you're the pinnacle. You're at the pinnacle of Android. Okay, because all of these other phones got Android, but when Android 17 comes out, guess who got it first? Shout out to the Google gangsters. Guess who got it first? Okay, any new Google feature that comes out, you got it first. Okay, you got it first. That's one of the things that I love about Pixel phones, and they're just so smooth and silky. Not to mention, hold on, let me just check something real quick. Now, okay, I'll save that for my review. But y'all know the features that I love: being able to say send for your text messaging with the AI, the call transfer, translating the calls in your voice. Using AI, I got to play with all of that stuff. But so far, as far as Tensor G5, I mean, you see for yourself, everything looks like it's running nice and smooth. This display is super bright. Okay, this is the regular 10. Look at the face unlock. Everything working. Now let me see something real quick. Oh, my bad. There's the face unlock. Okay, let me go to camera. Of course, you got to do the full setup. Let me get a nice portrait shot of Shoes back here doing something cute. All right, there it is. Psst, psst, psst. Oh, look at that one. Okay, let's see. Now, you got to give it a second to process. Okay, and look at that. Now, that you know, Shoes eyes. Look at this one. Beautiful. Yeah, this is going to be a fun camera. Now, I'm going to go to dinner while I'm out of town. So, of course, I'm going to hit y'all with some food pics. You know, why not? Let me just see something real quick. We go to settings. Okay, let's go to display. And, of course, okay, put this one on max resolution also. Okay, 1280. I guess you got to have to change them. Let's see, do we have to change this one also by default? Let's go to display. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, I figured that, you know, regular 10 is not going to have that option. Okay, it is what it is. But you see the difference in the brightness, you know, the Pro, this is the 10, this is the Pro and the XL. The Pro and the XL are a little bit brighter. Matter of fact, let's just see something real quick. Here's how the basic apps look. Okay. Let's see, all of my apps running in the background. Look at that. Look at everything running. Look at that. Look how smooth this is. Look, I don't want to hear none of that Tensor G5 shit, okay? Now, I'm going to do some benchmark testing anyway, just to satisfy my inner nerddom. But I really don't care. I really don't care about benchmark tests. I care about how the phone works in the real world. And my Pixel 9 Pro never let me down. I don't think this one's going to let me down either. I don't think so at all. Let's go to Instagram real quick. Here's how the Instagram is going to look. Calvin. All right, anyway. Oh, we're going to have some. I like this phone, though. I like it. And, of course, let me just grab one. Now, this is one of my favorite chargers. The Charge. All right, the Carbon Mag. Look at that. Excellent strength on the magnet. Hold on. That was my thumb. That knocked it off. Let's try that again. All right, look. Here's the magnet strength. Let's see the same thing with the 10. Oh, even better on the 10. 10 Pro, actually. And the regular 10. So all of these MagSafe / Pixel Snap accessories. This is one of my favorite ones, though. This is a 5,000 milliamp battery. Look how thin that is. Now we can rock out. Just like that. No case necessary. And I like to rock my phones butt naked, raw dog anyway. But I do have a bunch of cases that we're going to get into. Now, let me just wrap this video up because I know I feel like I'm talking forever. All right. So far, on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, the difference in the weight, this one feels a little bit more peasantish. But hey, it is what it is. I mean, $800, $800. You better off just spending the extra $200 and go with the big boy. You're gonna like this. You're gonna like the premium feel better. You're gonna like the display better. You know, and you're gonna like the camera better. Why not? Just spend that extra $200, bro. Trust me. But the big boy, this one is so heavy. The jade color is starting to grow in me too. We got to think of a name for this color, y'all. Let me know in the comments what y'all calling this one. I don't know. I got to think of I'm calling this Miami Vice right here, though. This is the Miami Vice because I'm going to be walking around with the Galaxy in one pocket and this in the other pocket. Yeah, this is Miami Vice right here. But anyway, like I said, if my cases come tomorrow, we got Spigen, we got Thinborn, we got Mouse. Of course, I think Mouse makes the best Pixel cases. What else we got? We got Ghost Tech. Casetify. We got a few other companies. I'll try to squeeze them all in one video if I can. If not, we'll do as many as I can in one video, and then we'll do something else. But like I said, I'm taking this out of town. I'm going to put it to the test. Hit me up in the comments and let me know if there's anything specific y'all want me to test. But y'all know we're going to test everything out. Okay, so far, everything looks good, though. Let's just make sure we got the picture-in-picture. Hold up, did we start playing? Okay, we got the picture-in-picture. Yeah, everything is working good, though. Ooh, look how smooth that is. 120 hertz. Refresh rate. Look at that. Nice. This is what I like, man. I like. Now I'm waiting for the Tensor G5 haters to hit me up in the car. Oh, it clocks slower than last year's Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. I don't give a fuck. I like this. All right, so before I get out of here, let me give y'all my mid-season phone rankings. Number 1 on my list. Okay, now these are my favorite phones. Number 1 on my list. I gotta go with the Galaxy S25 Ultra. This is still my number 1 phone. Okay, I do have the most fun with it when it comes to regular phones. This is number 1 on my phone list. Number 2, the best, and I mean the best camera phone out right now, the Vivo X200 Ultra. Look at the notifications. Oh, let me show y'all that real quick. I love the notifications on this. Y'all see the big, juicy, colorful notifications, but you're getting this beautiful red color and easily my favorite camera. That's number 2 on the list. Now, somebody asked me why I didn't do the full review on this. They canceled my camera kit order, and I kind of got disappointed, and then it kind of fell through the cracks. But I'll do an update. So, number 1, Galaxy. Number 2, Vivo. Number 3, hold up. Now, I got to get it wiped down so y'all get the dramatic effect. This is another one right here. Look at the notifications. Y'all see those juicy notifications? Number 3 on my list, Xiaomi 15 Ultra. Okay, this is number 3. Number 4, we got another one. Hold up. Let me wipe it down. Because I've been doing black people stuff behind the camera, so check this out. Same thing with the notifications. They come in the shape of the icons. Oppo Find X8 Ultra. These 3 cameras right here, all right? These 3 cameras are in the league of their own. Galaxy's up there too, but these are the 3 best camera phones that I use right now. Number 4, okay, that's number 4. Number 5, I already know it's going to be the Pixel. This is going to be number 5, okay? This is going to be my top 5 phones lineup. Now, of course, honorable mentions, the Honor. Oh, speaking of Honor, honorable mentions, see what I did there? Honorable mentions, the Honor RSR Porsche Edition. Hold up. Yo, this phone right here, I just love this phone. The biometrics are insane. This is a beast. That's an honorable mention right there. Of course, another honorable mention, OnePlus 13. Okay, this is a heavy hitter. For gaming, okay, my favorite gaming phone. And my favorite, when I gotta flex on some fucking nerds, okay? When I'm going around my nerds, you need to see this. None of y'all phones got that on the back. All right, none of y'all phones ain't doing that. You see that? All right, you see the time, battery percentage, the weather. Nah, this is my number 1 nerd gaming phone. Of course, for gaming also. I think one of my favorite looking phones, Red Magic Gold Saga. Okay, these are beasts right here. Now, when it comes to flip phones, my favorite flip phone, Motorola. Motorola makes the best flip. All right, let me put my code back in real quick. Motorola makes the best flip. I haven't used this one in a minute, but this right here, you see the velvet on the back? Yeah, Motorola makes the best flip. Then right after that, the Galaxy. The Galaxy is number 2. Okay, these are my 2 favorite flips. When it comes to foldable devices, I think y'all know where I'm going. We got 2 heavy hitters. Okay, the Honor and the Vivo. These are my number 2 and 3. So far, I'm liking the Vivo more than the Honor. Now, I've only been using the Honor for 1 day, but I think I like the Vivo a little bit better than the Honor, and I'll show you why when I do my full review. But of course, the number 1, all right, the number 1 foldable device. Hold on, I gotta wipe it down for the dramatic effect. Number 1. Woo! The number 1, the Galaxy Z Fold 7. All right, Galaxy Z Fold 7. See, I got the race cars. Where's my Mint Mafia joint? Okay, hold up. I can show y'all this one instead. Cause this one right here, this is the one I'm using for work. Now, somebody said you got a lot going on with the lock screen. This is what I love about Samsung phones. You see, I got all of my customizations on the lock screen. You know what I'm saying? I can get rid of all this stuff, clear that real quick. But you see, let me exit out of that. I got different lock screen on the inside. You see the water right here? If I want to play some music, I can play it right from the lock screen. All right, y'all see that? Let me exit out of this stuff real quick. If you see, that's a little music widget. Play some music just like that, right from the lock screen. 2 different lock screens. Okay, and I can also have the lock screen just stay on. I'm hitting hit the button like that. Bang. Recently used apps. Everything. This is my favorite phone. This is my work phone right now, but I'm gonna retire this from my work phone, and I'm going to activate the Pixel. I'm gonna activate the Pixel 10 Pro XL, and we're gonna put it to the test. Shout out to everybody rocking with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google Plus. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Voxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the new stream on Sundays. Y'all already know. Stream gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. No meat boys allowed. Oh yeah. Special shout out to everybody following me on Snapchat. Flossy_Carter. That's where I'm at. And a special shout out to the notification squad. I see y'all in the comment section early. Hashtag salute. Oh yeah, one more thing. I almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes and picture me rolling. It's your boy Floss, I'm out. Deuces. Spock, one to beam up. Energize.
We're in a situation where everybody in the world uses technology. And if you're gonna buy some of that technology, you gotta understand certain things. Subscribe to Flossy Carter. He does reviews of all the latest technology. The iPhones, the iPads, the Galaxies, the Samsungs, whatever the fuck. The Beats by that doctor guy. And he puts his kitty cat in the videos too for you something to look at. You know, I'm an animal lover, so I like that shit. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, the Flossy Carter on the YouTube, the follow button on the Instaface, and the like button on the Facelook. Because if you don't, we're gonna have a fucking problem here. A bad one. Now hit the fucking subscribe button.